Yeah.
So do y'all think that's do you think that's part of our culture? Or you think that's more of an American thing?
I just
You know
think
what I'm saying?
that's human.
It's
That's a
human.
human thing.
It's a
That's
human
not a
thing.
race or that American.
I
That's
think
a
it's
human thing.
culture.
Everybody. No, culture is how it's done,
Well,
but the
with what I
feelings
mean is
are
What it
what
looks
across
I
the
like.
mean
board.
within
Yeah,
our
but
country.
I honestly, and we have to take some ownership of looking at certain this. I don't think when we're talking about culture, we're talking about more in a generalized sense, where it's more commonplace. Does it happen everywhere in the world? Some situations like that, yeah, but is it more common in other cultural societies that deem relationships in a certain way? I don't think so. I think it's very much a westernized, modern day westernized mentality. Uh,
Nah.
I
Listen, you can say that here, but you can go over to the Middle East.
you think if you
You
go
can go
to
about
Asia,
listen. Yeah, no, listen. You
married
can see
woman,
that you got an American man over here that's dealing with multiple women and the way they do it, right? But then again, you got the Middle East in Dubai where it's organized and he has multiple women and doing what they're doing. It's the
Multiple
same thing.
wives.
well,
I'm sorry. Well,
Well,
multiple
that's a
the guy,
different
wives.
construct, though.
right? You're talking about a wealthy guy in Dubai
I
with
understand
multiple
that, but
women by
No, 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 no,
comparison.
no, 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 no.
You're talking about
That's not a wealthy.
married
That's not a
women,
wealthy.
married
But
women.
that's not a wealthy thing in
Are
Dubai.
you saying married women in
Yeah,
Dubai?
like
Married women in Dubai got doing married women in Dubai?
no. I was just speaking on the fact of multiple. So I was speaking on the fact that one
Multiple
man did it
women,
with
yes.
multiple women. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I was
That's
saying
the
that's
type of
common
thing.
over there.
what I was saying is that overall, that is a overall world thing. That's not. It's the way it's done. It's a cultural thing
No,
that separates it.
no, my thing was what DJ was saying. That's what I was relating to with regards to with the lady, his co-worker, and that
Mm-hmm.
mentality. I think that's a westernized. I don't think that.
Oh. I thought. Okay. No.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm
speaking
sorry.
specifically what
yeah,
DJ was talking about as it relates to his co-worker,
Right.
specifically, I don't see women in any other cultural frame doing that. Am I wrong?
Well,
well, I
what
think
I,
yeah, I think.
really? Like,
Oh, go
okay,
ahead, go
so
ahead.
what from what DJ was saying about his coworker, what is wrong with that mentality? Because B Rock was like, that's a dangerous mentality.
No, but first, are we? But am I wrong that that's specific to the culture that we know, this westernized culture? I don't see women in other cultures and with that mindset.
I
That's
I
think
don't
that
think is I don't think it's as
I,
flashy because and let me make sure I understand what you're saying. You're saying is there women in other cultures that's looking at a group of men, whether it be their family member or not, and then judging the rest of the men and handling herself in a certain way. That's what you're talking about.
no. Basically, if I'm not mistaken, please correct me if I'm wrong, DJ. She's like, she's basically, I'm for the streets. I'm out here in these streets, and I'm gonna do just like these men are doing, and I'm out here, and that's calm and shrug my shoulders. I'm flexing my muscles out here just like these guys are doing, these no good Negroes are
Right,
doing.
because that was
I
her
don't
brother she was looking at.
Is oh no, hasn't
correct me,
been.
correct DJ.
I
It's
mean,
your
you're
story.
Yeah.
I'm
so
making sure I'm not.
it's not that it's so crazy like that. Like she's not like just out there. But it's like there's no need for her to want to settle down.
But what was her idea? Where did she get that from? Was those
Oh,
guys her
because
family
yeah,
members?
family member. Well, growing up in Baltimore City, you just
Okay,
grow up
okay, okay,
around
okay.
your
Yeah,
family.
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
but most of
And
her
I think
family was
other
on the male
cultures, the
side.
women want to settle down. Am I wrong? The women in
Ah.
cultures
Mm.
want to settle down. Do they not want to settle down in these
well,
other
you know what?
cultures?
I would say to D's
What
point,
culture are we
like
talking about
I
outside of
was
American or European westernized culture? Do women not want to settle down?
I would say to D's point, I think that there are affairs outside of the U.S., but they don't. It's not as I think it's a little
It's
bit
not
more
as flashy.
overtly done here. I think the women are just a little bit more like I'm gonna do it, but I think it's a little bit more um secluded or
More
uh,
Yeah, but
demure.
here specifically in the United
Europe.
States, Europe, women are literally saying, I do not want to settle down. I
Right.
do
Well, yeah,
not want to
I
settle
agree.
down.
Yeah, I
So
agree with
I
that
don't
too.
see, are there another culture outside of westernized culture of women that are saying the same thing? I don't think so.
No, I agree. I don't think so.
Westernized culture. I mean, are you considering like the UK or
Yeah,
in?
that's
Like
westernized.
France,
Yeah.
Paris, European.
Yeah, he's talking about
Yeah.
Okay.
European and American.
Yeah, I don't think there's women in other cultures outside of the Western modern day Western culture that are of that mindset. Am I? I'm open to being corrected if I'm wrong. I don't
I
know.
think the difference is the platform that women have. So in other cultures, women do not even really have as much of a platform to speak and communicate their wishes. Now, if you go over east, you don't get to hear from women, right? You go to Middle East, they have to quiet themselves down. They have to cover themselves up. They're not
Right.
even allowed to speak. But if these women were able to speak their true desires, it probably would be not to be married off to whoever their families pick
Right.
or whatever their cultural norm is. So I don't think it's about the desires, it's about the platform. In Western culture, women, we have a platform to speak. We got female rappers saying all kind of crazy stuff, and
Crazy.
Right.
they get to go all over to the other side of the spectrum of things that we want to say in our independence. So I think we just have more of a platform here. But I would say that universally, all people want to have a sense of freedom and independence. And I think a lot of cultures mute that in the women.
Like I have this 4 to 20. Oh, she's around 25 years old employee. She's from India, and she's desperate to get married. She has a significant boyfriend because she's like old in her mind with regards to I need to get married, not now, but right now type
Right.
Mm-hmm.
mentality. And again, maybe I think she might be 25. And 25-year-olds, westernized modern day woman in mindset here? What?
Well, I
Still
think
want to
that's
get married.
true.
Half of my
So they
daughter's
so they're
friends,
Asians, right?
But
You think?
Huh?
That's family driven with Asians, right? You
that's
think?
family
yeah.
driven with Asians,
But
but even
it's also
American.
cultural. It's a
It's also cultural.
cultural,
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
it's
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
absolutely
yeah,
cultural.
yeah.
But there's still
Well, but
plenty of young women that want to get married. Half of my daughter's friends, my daughter's 23, half of her friends are graduating and trying to get married. That's like what you do in your 20s. You get married, you have kids, and then they turn around and be like, oh, this is some bullshit. But I mean, I
But
think
those other cultures, from my understanding, from learning from her too, in her particular culture, there's a training for like to being a wife. That's these
oh,
girls are getting.
absolutely.
They are being trained. Westernized modern day women, if they don't know how to press start on the microwave, that's as much cooking they got going on nowadays. They ain't trained. Come on, let's keep it a buck. These
No.
they not. Come
I
on,
mean,
Shabby.
I'm a microwave chick, but I'm just saying, I have a lot of friends.
Debunk, debunk.
got right back at you. What you trying to say?
I'm just one person. I still have a lot of friends who cook and who
Oh
are
man.
very much so that person. So I think you got to be careful not to just
Y'all
really.
can't even. Y'all trying to
It's
hold
a monolith.
it. Y'all like that's my bestie. I'm trying to hold this shit. She's like, I gotta press
Yeah,
start.
I know. I mean, not me, but other people do all those things. They want to cook and clean and be domesticated.
Right,
But
they were
I
groomed to
identify
be.
with DJ's coworker though, right?
Well,
And I don't think anything's wrong with that. And I grew up, I've got four brothers and I had a dad. I have a mom, my dad. I grew up with a father in the house. Um, so I have a different perspective. It's very
Right.
realistic. And I mean, and I love men. And I would love to be in a relationship that's nurturing and loving. But when I meet people, I'm able to really see who they are. So I can't think of a time where I was just like done over with the okey doke.
Right.
Maybe
Do you
past
think?
the age of 18.
Do you think the westernized mentality, and it's not specific to just women, are we groomed to be in relationships anymore in this westernized
no.
culture?
We
I
No,
don't
definitely
think
no,
we
no.
don't.
are.
Yeah,
No.
that's it's definitely
No.
not because culturally, I think honestly, I think we can have a couple different conversations about that if we want to
I
talk
think we
about
started off that way though.
we we can talk about our community or we can talk about the greater American society. But I think that no, I think we're not none of us men and women are not really groomed as much for that anymore because the whole thing now is that, and that's kind of even regarding the subject we're talking about. I think a lot of people don't want to commit early, right? We're talking about